Hello everybody and welcome back to the AQWFresh series where I basically play as a free player and just kind of grasp the game, see what's changed over the years. Now, really, I went back to do the Starlight of Empyrean because I made an oopsie from last week in turning in the dual version of the Starlight of Destinies. Now I went and continued farming for the Hardborn Vindicator for this week, and I did the same for the Friday. Now, pretty much just focus on the easier stuff because I was preparing my mental state for Ravenous. Because honestly, Ravenous, that farm is a really tedious farm to do. Now, I pretty much focused on Starlight the Imprint first, then I went for Vindicator, then I went for the Enchanted House of Norgarth, and then Ravenous. Yeah, it's pretty much just four things. But honestly, Ravenous took me the whole week to do. Honestly. Now, I pretty much focused on the Empyrean because it was really quick and easy. I just needed to do the dailies. I did some of it from last week. And then I went to do the Hardborn Vindicator. Now, this farm is not that hard to do. It's just kill a couple of bosses here and there and do the Ultra. Now, I didn't want to do the long version because that is just wasting so much time, honestly. The maps are not that busy anymore, and trying to do this when on Artrix farming, yeah, is a bad idea because honestly, you are going to be doing some room hopping, and the mobs are really slow on Artrix. So, if you want to do and maximize your output, you have to go on a low populated server, and yeah, you know the whole story. So I went to the shortcut version because honestly I not pretty much focused on Gramiel. I got the weapon, I'm not going for the armor, and I went for the class. So, and I'm done for this week, Gramiel. No more Gramiel, no more Jarkross. Honestly, I'm done with those ultras. Because pumping on ultras is not that great. So I did the Honorable Vindicator for this week. Then I went to do the Johnson Nation House because there was a lot of room hopping for Ravenous. So I wanted to do the Nation House and just kind of grass. Well, it's like farming Norgarth, particularly for the free player game. Now, for my main account, I have Crag and I have the Oblivion Blade. So farming for Norgarth is really different compared to farming for the free player version. Now, I did use Chaos Slayer because that class is really broken against Chaos mobs, and farming Altion with Chaos Slayer, it was a breeze. I was hitting like almost 60 to 80k per auto, which was absurd, and my first ability 120k damage, like no jokes. It was crazy. Then I got the Enchanted Haitian House, and I started farming for Ravenous. Now, Ravenous, I have some things for you to say about you. Why are you so annoying to farm? Why are you so much to farm? Now, I did try to slow down on how I was focusing on Ravenous because I didn't want to do everything all at once. So I try to spread it out evenly throughout the week because honestly, if I want to do everything in 2 days, I will be beyond a zombie. I'll be actually dead. So I pretty much focus on the 3 quests in one day because those are relatively quick to do. Then I did the next day the second last quest, and the final day took me 2 days because diamonds, blood gems is really hard to get. Totens takes really long to get, and identified 13. There's one thing I didn't realize I actually really struggled to get, so I had to change some of my methods on farming for Norgarth, and I went for the Russian roulette method. You know, that farming method. Why does that farming method exist? Because I don't mind farming for Norgarth. It's not that tedious, but it's very tedious. But honestly, single turn-ins is not my thing. It just feels very disheartening when you just single turn-ins like, oh, I don't get it. Oh, I don't get it. But it's also very thrilling when you actually get something that you need. But other than that, I did the return policy, I did the voucher item, I did the chance to spin the wheel, and I did Jurgen the salesman. Now I did those 4 because those 4 are kind of lucrative towards each other and works well together. Now with those 4, despite those 4 working together, it takes time. Because my main concern for farming the Nolgas, well, the Swindle version, was getting the unidentified weapons, and you're working with 1%, 2%, 3%. So getting blood gems was really long. And when I was doing the Jurgen salesman, I also did the blood gem version as well. So I tried to put the return policy and the salesman together for the blood gems so I can quickly rush the blood gems. Now I could have done the bloody chaos, but that would mean I had to jump other rooms and I wouldn't utilize the full potential of getting resources for Ravenous, because Ravenous is hectic, very hectic, resource heavy. I was thinking like almost 2,500 diamonds and almost 1,300 tainted gems, so it's like crazy a lot. So I suck it up and just pretty much did the 4 methods that I told you about. So I did the relic of chaos with Chaos Altion. I wanted to do the Hydra version, but honestly people are not there to farm for the relic of chaos. They was just there for the Void Aura farm. So that map is very dependent on whether the pub's going to stay or not. So I had to focus on doing the Altion method, and I'm glad I did it because honestly, I don't want to do Nolga farm on this account because this was painful. Oh, for starters, I had to room or server hop for Altion and Yomori. I'm so butchered that. The 2 servers are very popular because honestly, during the birthday weekend, it was super busy. I'm kidding you. 6,200 people for this weekend, and I was struggling to join 2 servers. Let alone I almost wanted to join the 1 server, and it was like, no, it's full, you can't join. So after that 3rd quest, I went to do Hollowborn Vindicator because it will be Friday. And honestly, I'm glad I got this class because now I can do some fun things with Vindicator. There are some things you actually can do with this class, but I still need to play around with it because honestly, it's really tricky to say the least. And I had so much fun trying to join Artrix, but then I just suck it up and joined the other server because honestly, Artrix was a joke. Then I stumbled upon full server. It was not fun. I tried to join Galanoth and see if the rooms are busy there, but they are AFK talking about the server and the weekend and the class. So yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Then I focus on the 4th quest, the Fiend's Demand. Now, I didn't really struggle so far with the 3 quests. It's just pretty much farm Altion and get the Relic of Chaos and just turning with the salesman and the return policy. It's okay. It's not hard to say the least, but it is very tedious and time consuming because you're working with a lot of percentages. And honestly, when it comes to percentages, it's really frustrating to say the least. I think the most frustrating part was the totems because there isn't a way to properly farm totems. Now, there are 2 ways to do it. Well, three ways, technically speaking. You can do the voucher item, which I did, which we farmed 60 essence, or you can do the Taro version, which would be the essence and his manslayer. But the problem with the manslayer is that there's a low drop rate as well. And I found it wasn't really lucrative to farm that method. And doing the Nolgath method, which is the roulette version, which is nice to say the least, but honestly, I have very mixed feelings with single turn-ins, eh? Turning 12 versus turning 1 is not that is very different, eh? Because honestly, when I was doing single turn-ins, I was like, okay, I just need that 5%, because the identified 13 is a 5% on the Nolgath version compared to the chance to spin the wheel, which is 1%. So I was hoping to really get the unidentified 13, but honestly, single turn-ins really killed my mood. Really killed my mood for farming for Nolgath. Honestly, I don't want to do this anymore. Although I still have one more thing to farm for Nolgath, which I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Now I went to farm the Eternal Rest, which is the Void Scythe. Now, fun fact, when I came back to AQWorlds, this was the first weapon that I farmed for Nolgath. I did farm the Juggernaut weapons, but one weapon I was actually really looked for was the Void Scythe, because the Void Scythe was very interesting design, to say the least. Although it was also really horrible to farm because it needed Void Aura, and Void Aura farming back then was horrible. So I got the Void Avenger Scythe and I got it. Now, I also went and buy the vouchers because honestly, farming for the vouchers is also a problem. With the salesman, you need to have the voucher in order to turn in for like blood gems or other Nolgath materials. Now I went to blood gems because I didn't want to farm the Hydra version for blood gems, so I went for that. And honestly, 3% and 1% is not fun to farm, to say the least. So, but it's actually not that bad, but still it's just annoying because with the salesman there is an extra way to cycle through your vouchers if it's just sitting in your bag. Now, you can cycle with your member version of your voucher for the Hollowborn, the Oblivion Sword pet. So you can exchange for diamonds, like 9 diamonds. It's not a lot, but you can still exchange it because it's like 10% chance to get from the wheel or Nolgath itself. So yeah, that was an interesting experience, to say the least. Now, I had to farm for the Identified 34. I was hoping I had some extra in my bag, but I realized I didn't have any extra, so I kind of had to suck it up and just deal with it. So I farmed the extra 10. I was dreading this because I was running out of totems, and I hated farming for totems with a passion. Now, my resources being so high, I was doing the Nolgath daily. Now, when it comes to Nolgath daily, I was pretty much focusing on the dark crystals and the blood gems. I wasn't focusing on the totems because totems are actually quite easy to get compared to blood gems and other resources, because totems, like, it's just essence and it's like 2 for the daily. It's not. You also can buy totems from Swindle, which I made use of, because honestly, farming like 60 essence every 10 minutes, it takes long. It takes long. 10 minutes times 6. Yeah, 6 hours. Gotta get the idea. And my finger is sore. I need to put a bandage on it. It's really sore. I had to use my left hand to farm, and my left hand was like also getting numb. Oh, but other than that, I focus on using the Swindle version for the totems, because really getting 20 totems just like that, it's like, oh, a breeze. And gold is not a problem, really is not. Identify 10 is not a problem also, because it kind of builds up while you're farming for the Relic of Chaos, because the Relic of Chaos is quite easy to get. Now, you notice I was farming for the Identified 13. I hated this version. Yeah, it's turning so many of us. I hate it. Oh, okay, that's enough of my ranting. So I spend most of my totems. I spend most of my Identify 10 for the totems, and last bit for the blood gems. I got 5, and I was capped at it. So, and all I needed was totems, which I spent on Monday to farm it up. I actually ran out of time, because honestly, farming for this, it was an eye-opener. Now, when it came back to AQWFresh, I was kind of like a hiatus, but when it came back, Ravenous took me a week. This took me 4 days, so apparently this took me shorter than actually on my main account of the other KO. Okay, so for those who are actually curious about my progress, I am going to be focusing on the Necrotic Sword of Doom for this week. I have done it today already, so I am going to be farming a bit of it when the boost arrives this Thursday. I think I'll just need like 220, because I'm going to be that much short, so it's going to be quick. Maybe like an hour farm, because the bosses are not that tanky. And I'm also going to get the Nolgaf version and the Stage version. I have the blades already. I have like most of the requirements already. You just need the Necrotic Sword of Doom. Other than that, I'm also going to get the Empowered Higuar. I have the insignias for this time. I was like just slightly off. Just slightly. But everything else, I just give me quick farming. I have the Bone Dust. This might take a longer, but Undead Energy, just farm the Dragon Leech heads. This is to me rather interesting, because tomorrow be the amount of Legion tokens I'll be needing from the dailies. So I don't have to do the Legion dailies anymore. Oh, this is going to be so nice, because I don't have to worry about Legion dailies anymore. I swear. I absolutely swear. Because those dailies are ass. Okay, all jokes aside, I have pretty much everything for requirements for the other versions of the Necrotic Sword of Doom. Although, I'm not sure if the seasonal is still up. The lava rock, sure, right? Huh. So, I actually can get the normal version. So, wait, it's not in merge. It's definitely not in merge. So I can get this week. I just need the Necrotic Sword of Doom. So, if I'm able to get it on Thursday, then I can quickly do this. If not, well, that's unfortunate. I have the essence already. So, other than that, I have the requirements or that. Nothing there, nothing. And I have like everything else. Everything else just like slowly adds up while you do it in the background. But other than that, I pretty much have everything. I'm just gonna farm some more Nolgath, because I'll be farming the Ravenous. So it's just a slightly farming, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how long it's gonna take. Honestly, it might take 2 days at most for the Necrotic Sword of Doom, or it might just take 1 day. Because I know the Cavern Celeste is really easy. It will take like an hour or 2 to farm. Where the heck is the Cavern thing? Pretty sure I put it on inventory. That is it. So I just need 1,600. I have a bit already, because I was farming the Archfiend Doomlord, and which we needed the Undead Essence. So that's gonna be quick. It's just like joining battle under B for A, as in C for B, then E for C, because all the shortcuts are by the end of the maps for the bosses. So it's pretty much you can do a shortcut and make use of fast travel, so make it a lot quicker. I have exalted Soul Cleaver, so it allows me to one-shot with Dauntless. So it's not that hard. My only worry will be the Dark Scrolls, because that thing is a 5% on a boss that is 500,000 health. So I'm not sure how that's going to go, because I actually might use where is it? Ravenous with 4 High Lord. It might actually work. 4 High Lord with Ravenous is absolutely top tier right now. I was worried because I'm not sure which enhancement is going to be good for High Lord, for Vordred, the Shadow version. So yeah, it's going to be rather interesting. But other than that, I'm going to be focusing on the Cosmic Sword of Doom, the other 2 blades, and Empowered Higor. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. And for tomorrow, I'll be doing the King's Echo guide. I haven't farmed for it. Honestly, I haven't farmed for it because honestly, it's I did not farm for it before they do the whole reveal of what you need to do. Oh, I got kicked. So I'm curious on how long it's going to take. People say 8 hours at most. So, and I tend to farm very fast. So let's see. Yeah, let's just see. Other than that, so next week, Necrotic Sword of Doom. Tomorrow, King's Echo. And I'm gonna die because holy, I haven't started farming for the King's Echo. But with the ult for King's Echo, I'm probably gonna do like next month when I'm like free time. Because honestly, Ravenous, it was such a tedious sword. It killed me, honestly. And have a nice day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a nice day. You can tell I'm tired. Cheers.